this video, I'm going to be working out one story problem that deals with motion, and we're going to be using rational equations in order to solve it. So for this example, it says you commute to work a distance of 40 miles and return on the same route at the end of the day. Your average route rate on the return trip is 30 miles an hour faster than your average rate on the outgoing trip. If the round trip takes 2 hours, what is your average rate on the outgoing trip to work? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to first take a look at what the question is asking for, and then that's how I'm going to choose to define my variables. So it says, what is your average rate on the outgoing trip to work? Okay, so I'm going to define my variable as let x equal the rate on the outgoing trip. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm not going to attempt to straight go to writing the equation. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a table with distance equals rate times time. That's a pretty common equation, and a lot of people are used to working with it, so sometimes organizing this in a chart makes a lot of help on this. Alright, so distance equals rate times time. That's the equation that I'm going to focus on since this is a motion problem. Alright, and then keeping in mind that I can solve this equation for any variable. So if I wanted to solve for t, I would divide both sides by r. So I would have d divided by r for my t. Alright, so in my box here, I've got an outgoing trip, I've got a return trip. So I've got, let's do OT for outgoing trip, let's do RT for the return trip. Alright, and then I'm going to use the distance equals rate times time to set up my chart. So I'm going to have a column here for my distance. I'm going to have a column for my rate. Alright, now the way I'm going to generate this time, alright, I do want the time, but that's going to be by taking whatever I put in the D space here and dividing it by my rate. So, by using one of these boxes, I really technically only have to fill in these main 4 boxes from the information in the story problem, and then if I can do that correctly, I can take the distance and divide by that rate to get the time right there, and then I will have everything I need to write my equation to solve it. Okay, so let's go back up to the story problem and see what we've got here. It says you commute to work a distance of 40 miles. Alright, so outgoing trip is going to be 40 miles. And return on the same route. Okay, so 40 miles on the return trip as well. Alright, your average rate on the return trip is 30 miles per hour faster than your average rate on the outgoing trip. Well, we said that we were going to let x be the rate on the outgoing trip. Outgoing trip, my rate is x. Right here, 30 miles per hour faster. Okay, so the return trip, it's 30 miles an hour faster, so my rate plus 30. Alright, all of that came from the story problem. So these 4 boxes are the main boxes that you fill in information from your story problem. Now, I'm just going to take the distance divided by the rate. So here, I'm going to have 40 over x, and then here, I'm going to have 40 over x plus 30. Alright, I'm going to use these two to write my equation. Okay, now it says if the round trip takes 2 hours, so the round trip takes 2 hours, what's your average rate on the outgoing trip? So outgoing and return takes a total of 2 hours, so that means I've got to add these 2 rational expressions here. So my equation is going to be 40 over x plus 40 over x plus 30 is equal to the 2 hours for the entire trip. So there's my equation that's going to allow me to solve this problem. Alright, now it is a rational equation right here. We don't want to deal with those fractions. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply through by the least common denominator to get rid of the fractions. Alright, so the denominator here is x and x plus 30. That means my least common denominator is x times x plus 30. Now usually I just write it one time, alright, because I know that I've got to distribute it to every location in my equation. Okay, so when I distribute 40 over x times that x plus 30, those two x's are going to cross out, and it's going to leave me with a 40 times the x plus 30. Alright, when you multiply through by that least common denominator, your fractions should go away. Alright, when I distribute to the middle term here, the x plus 30s will cross out, and I will have a 40x. And then when I multiply all of this, nothing's going to cross out. I don't have a fraction here. I might go ahead and distribute that, and then let's go ahead then and even multiply by 2. So this will be an x squared, so it'll be a 2x squared, and then a 30x times the 2 is going to give me a 60x. We'll just do that all in the same step. Alright, now all the fractions are gone. I can clearly see this is a quadratic, so I can do some distributive property, combining like terms, and continue to solve this equation here. So distributing right here, 40x plus 1200 plus the 40x here. I'm not going to do anything over here on the right hand side just quite yet, so 2x squared plus 60x. Alright, so here is 80x. Alright, and then I'm going to move everything. I'm going to choose to move all of this over to the right hand side because I want this leading term here to stay positive. So here's 80x. I'm going to move it to the other side. That'll give me a minus 20x right there. I'm going to move everything, so we'll go 0 equals. I'll have the 2x squared, then the minus 20x, and then this 1200, move it over as well, so minus 1200. If we're lucky, this quadratic now is going to factor. So let's first of all take out a greatest common factor of 2. So x squared minus 10x minus 600. Alright, now this is going to factor pretty nicely. Keep that 2 out there. I'm going to have an x and an x, and to get 600 it looks like I'll do 30 times 20. So 30 times 20. To get a negative 10 in the middle, the 30's got to be the negative, the 20's got to be the positive. Alright, now I can go ahead and solve this equation. So here I'm going to get x equals 30. Here I'm going to get x equals negative 20. Okay, now if you go back to the story problem, it says what's your average rate? It should make sense to you that we have to throw out the negative value because we cannot have a negative rate. So x then is my rate on the outgoing trip, which is the answer to the problem. So we've got 30 miles per hour on the outgoing trip. For a final answer there. Alright, so pretty much just one motion problem here, which we have used rational and irrational equation to solve. Alright, you always start with defining your variable. That's a good place to start, defining your variable with what the question asks for. If it is a motion problem, this type of chart really helps you to organize your information. And if you do it like this, you really only have to get 4 pieces of information from your story problem. From here, you can write your equation and then solve. Definitely, thanks for watching. If the videos are helping, don't forget to share with your friends so that they can benefit too. Thanks.